guys, welcome to Cosmo Live. I'm Carly Cardellino, Cosmopolitan.com's beauty editor. I'm standing in for Amy Odell, who's out on business being amazing. Anyway, so yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, and today we're going to be discussing hangover hacks, naturally. And I'm going to be discussing this with Cosmo Frank, who is our sex editor, and Charles Manning, our fashion editor, our shirtless hunk, CJ, Anna Breslaw, our other sex and relationships editor. Shirtless hunk. It doesn't mean I love you both the same. And Elisa Benson, our social media editor.
Hi. Tweet me. I'll be reading your tweets during the show. Hashtag Cosmo Live, hashtag Hangover Hacks. So keep them coming.
Yes, definitely. Also joining us today is fashion and beauty YouTube star, Karissa Pukas. Hi, Karissa.
Hi. How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm really jealous of your closet, which looks like the size of my apartment.
Well, thank you.
And also we have calling in Alex from London. Hi, Alex.
Hi, guys. How's it going?
We miss you. Your desk is empty still.
Yes.
In memoriam. I mean, but you're not dead.
Very kind of you guys.
Are you
They tried to put stuff on it, and I fought them away.
You have to come back and visit us soon. We miss you.
That'll be the plan. I'm working on it. I'm working, I promise.
Okay, good. All right, so Karissa, we know you have we have a few questions for you today, so let's get to it. Is that cool?
Cool.
All right, great.
Sounds good.
So congratulations, you have over 500,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Thank you.
What prompted you to start?
It's pretty insane, hey.
I'm sorry?
It's pretty insane, hey.
Yeah, it's great. What prompted you to start your YouTube channel, and how long ago did you do so?
I've been doing YouTube for just shy of 4 years now, and I started because I was lonely. I was living in a new city, and I didn't really know how to meet people, so I just thought, okay, well, I may as well be like a little hermit and go online and meet people online, and it ended up working, and now I found a lot of people that want to talk. So
Is that when you moved to Australia? Is that when you were lonely, or is this beforehand?
Oh, no, actually, I was living in Vancouver. I was just starting fashion school, and I just broke up with a boyfriend, actually, and so I was living alone, and I was like, oh, I just want to meet people. So, yeah, I started doing that, and then it was great because when I did move over to Australia, again, I found myself lonely because I was in a new country, and, yeah, I just thought it was a great place to be because there's just so many cool people online.
Can I just say, I feel like most people, when they're lonely and go online, they just become more lonely. But for you, you, like, build a fan base out of it. What's your secret?
Well, that's it. I just always thought, like, okay, if I'm going to go online and I'm going to try and meet people, make friends, like, I'm actually going to try and actually go and actively do it and, like, be a part of things like this where you're actually physically talking to people. You may be online, but, you know, you're connected in some which way. So I just wanted the initial introduction to be online and then, you know, physically be connected in whatever aspect that I could be.
Yeah, well, you clearly have a lot of fans, so you're doing something right. When did you first become?
So.
When did you first become obsessed with beauty and fashion?
I would probably have been 19. Because like before then, I was such a tomboy, right? I just did not at all care about beauty and or fashion. But I grew up, and I just thought, okay, if I'm gonna do this, I may as well do it to the best of my ability. So I went to fashion school and learned from the best of the best, and yeah, it just became somewhat of a passion of mine. And it's a really cool way of expression, and I love that idea about it. So yeah, that's kind of how I got into it.
Did you go to school for design, or was it more for merchandising, or?
It was more like merchandising and that kind of aspect. It covered like PR, merchandising, shows, running them, putting them together, a little bit of design, buying, just different things to do with more the business side of the fashion world rather than the design side, because I am hopeless at sewing. It's just, it's an embarrassment.
Which school was it? Which school did you go to? Was it in Vancouver?
I went to McDonald. It's like the FITM of Vancouver, if that makes any sense for you guys.
Yes, perfect sense. So I know you have a handle, Saturday Nights Alrite. So we're talking about hangover hacks today. Do you have any good hangover cures or any hangover stories you want to tell us that are wild and crazy?
Well, I would probably base everything off of my worst hangover of my entire life, and that was in Vegas last Halloween. And it was my first time to Vegas, so it's just like, oh, this is amazing. Definitely indulged a little bit too much, as I guess some do in Vegas. And I woke up the next afternoon, and I've never been so hungover in my life. I remember sitting in this little jungle cafe, just like, and the only thing that I was able to keep down for hours afterwards was a banana and water. So that seemed to work for me. I think having a little bit of something solid in your stomach is good, be it banana, be it cereal, be it a burger, whatever you want to eat. Probably stay away from dairy, because dairy doesn't really seem to settle with a hungover stomach very well. And tons of water. Always, always water. I mean, if you can flush it out of your system, you're going to feel better. So I know it sucks to drink water when you're hungover, let alone when you're drinking. But it's going to help.
Well, one thing I think...
That's what I do, and of course Advil and stuff like that. But
yeah, the Advil is a must. One thing I think is hilarious about what you're saying is the idea of everyone has, like, their big hangover. It's like how you have the big X, or like, it's like the one hangover that was so much more hangover-y than all the other hangovers. We've all been there.
Exactly
Totally. Is there a beauty product?
The hashtag hangover hacks, and it's so funny reading other people's, like, oh, this was my big hangover cure, and, like, everyone has exactly what you said, that one really, really big hangover that you'll never forget.
Right.
One.
It's like the hangover of, like, May 2012 or whatever.
Oh, no, I remember mine very clearly.
What was yours?
It reminds me of,
Oh, go ahead.
You.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it reminds me of a How I Met Your Mother episode. Kids, the hangover of.
So is there a beauty product that you would instantly use to feel refreshed or something like that along the lines if you have a hangover?
Such a beauty editor.
Oh, concealer. It has to be. Definitely concealer. I mean, your eyes are probably not going to be having the best of times, so eye drops are a bonus, but concealer is going to clear up a lot of that redness around your face, and the redness is really what gives it away, you know? The dark and the red, not a good mix.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you as a fellow beauty obsessed person.
If not, sunglasses.
Concealer. Yes, sunglasses. If you don't have any beauty products, pull out your sunglasses.
You guys, somebody on Twitter, Courtney Collins, tweeted in that a hangover hack is Pedialyte. That's like, I've heard that.
Because it has electrolytes in it.
Yeah, but it's literally for babies.
I know, but
it's like you're a baby.
Yeah,
literally
it's what keeps me young. I bathe in Pedialyte. Yeah.
I remember it was a trend for a while for women to like take pregnancy hormones because it makes your hair shiny. I think doctors were like, no.
I have prenatal pills in my apartment for that reason. When I was moving, actually, my boyfriend was helping me move, and he saw them, and he was like, and I was like, oh no, shiny hair. It's for adult. It's fine.
And I'm sure that totally explained it. And he was
he was just like, okay. Anyway.
So I know that you are Star Wars obsessed, which is kind of so amazing because you're into beauty, you're into fashion, and here you are. Yes, we love it. Did you celebrate May the 4th be with you?
I sure did. Yeah, it was awesome. I celebrated with my brother and my boyfriend, and we just watched Star Wars all day.
And you have a cat.
It's really great.
What's it? Tell everyone your cat's name.
Tell us what, sorry?
Your cat's name.
Oh, my cat's name is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, very fitting.
Obi for short, though. But yeah, he's a cool cat.
That's super cute. Alex, do you have any questions for Karissa?
I feel like I'm so out of sorts this episode because I don't think I've ever had a hangover.
What?
No.
That's because you drink tea all the time.
No.
Wait, you've never seen Star Wars? I'm more angry about that.
Oh, she's having a breakdown.
Alex, you're English. You've never had a hangover?
I think
There's a lot of hand gestures.
You need your alcohol from birth. So by the time that you would have a hangover, you're immune to it.
What?
Kind of
You don't binge? You've never been? I mean,
Or-
one doesn't. I just
shock.
Like, yeah, I just
Well,
just
you
can't
know what
believe.
I feel like it is? I feel like part of it is I'm surprised because I feel like I used to be the person, I feel like at a certain age, it takes a while for you to start getting them, because when I was like 18 or 19, I was like, I just don't get them. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I totally get them. It happens like overnight.
Then you join the club.
I feel like you get to a certain point where you have hangovers and you don't even drink. And like, oh, I had ice cream, hangover. You know, like the sugar hangover is real.
That goes back to tired women once when we tried
And it all goes back to tired women.
tired all the time. It all goes
That's gonna
back.
haunt me forever.
Yeah.
Oh, literally all for all time.
CJ, do you have any questions for Karissa?
I'm wondering, like, what are the popular cures, I guess, in Australia?
Ooh.
You know? Like,
content
product-wise.
in Australia would just be to not stop drinking.
That
The
sounds
whole the
great.
dog thing, like that's like full out in Australia. Other than that, I don't really know hangover-wise. I guess some people would like Vegemite because of like the whole B12 and like minerals and vitamins type thing. And to be honest, Vegemite actually can taste really, really good if done properly. But if it's just like a scoop of Vegemite on a spoon, it is horrible. And don't ever try that when you're
Yeah, I've heard it's horrible.
Tiny, tiny little bit.
But,
What does it taste like?
Like a little piece of toast, a little bit of Vegemite spread, and some avocado. Like I'm pretty sure that'd feel pretty good with a hangover.
Is it similar to like a Nutella but just gross?
It's basically like brown goo that tastes like salt.
Yeah. It's like Marmite is the English
It
one.
sounds gross and it looks terrible, but I swear if it's done right, it actually tastes pretty good.
So, question: How does the fashion differ in Australia than it does in the U.S.?
It's totally different. You would never really think, but Australia is like quite a bit ahead of the States in a lot of ways. Like I'm not even Aussie, I can't even say we. The Australian culture has embraced like the whole hipster high-waisted shorts festival look for the past like 4 years. Like old news for us, whereas in the States that's like, oh my gosh, new high-waisted shorts. People get like absolutely insane, like the high-low skirt trend. That had been going on in Australia for like a year before it came to the States. It's kind of funny because so many of the fashion cycles that have already kind of cycled through fashion here are just starting to pick up in the States and in Canada. So it's definitely different because I'm going back and forth being like, oh, wait a second, that trend already went through here. It's still in the States? All right, cool.
Well,
Take everything out of my closet.
I feel like the thing is that recently, like in the last couple of years, fashion in this country has become a lot sexier. Like all the crop tops have started. Everyone has crop tops everywhere. Like things are tighter and sexier, showing more skin. There's so much sheer and cutout. But like the Aussies have been like doing that sexy stuff forever. Like they always do it. So like those things are like
isn't
staples
that
for them.
it's warm there?
Yeah, because it's
you don't ever have to wear
time.
a disgusting winter coat.
Everyone's on the beach. It's like the entire culture is like just around the coast.
Look at what I have this morning. I have an enormous blanket and underneath me I have a heater.
Oh my god.
Cold. It gets cold in Australia. Who would have guessed? So
I did not believe you.
I know. She's like, I'm going to have these props here just to...
Yeah, exactly.
You're just trying to associate with us.
You're trying to make us not feel bad that we don't live in paradise.
Okay, Karissa, so I have one more question for you. So I know you recently moved to Australia because to move in with your boyfriend. So how did you make the leap? Because you moved from Canada, correct?
Yeah, I did. I moved from Vancouver to basically Australia. It was a little bit mental looking back at it. I don't really know how I ended up kind of getting my head around just going and doing it. I wanted to make it work. My boyfriend and I have been dating for 6 months, and we had previously dated a couple years prior, but it just wasn't really going to work out with the whole long distance thing. But I had graduated school. I thought, okay, I have nothing tying me down.
That's
now, if any time, why not go on an adventure? Why not try? Why not do it? I'll never know until I do it. So yeah, I packed up my free hockey bags and shipped them on over to Australia, and still here 4 years later.
God, I love that. That's so ballsy, and that's like I kind of felt like I couldn't even do that to come to New York. It was like terrifying, and I had to like have friends and like everything. I don't think I could have done it.
I was
It's
terrified,
really hard.
I feel
That's incredible.
And like leaving my family was super hard because I'm really close with my family. And
yeah.
To be so far away, like it's astronomically insane. Like really, right now I'm 4:00 p.m. in New York, and it's 6:00 a.m. here. Like I'm time traveling. This is insane. So it's weird with friends and family because I'm always kind of catching up with the time changes. A little bit different, but definitely doable. It's scary, and I mean anything new is scary. But if you want to live an exciting life, you just got to go for it. So
yeah. Well, that's great. Thank you so much for your time. We loved having you on the show, and we really appreciate you being with us.
Yeah,
so
thank
you. Yes, please.
Come visit Cosmo next time you're not in paradise.
We have to talk Aussie fashion. It's my favorite. It's actually all my favorite designers.
Absolutely. Well, I'm in New York in a couple of weeks, so hopefully
come to the office. We'll make
do Cosmo Live 2.0.
Bye.
Yeah. All right. Bye, girl.
All right, guys. Don't forget to tweet us and #Cosmo Live and Hangover Hacks, #Hangover Hacks. And now we're going to watch the best, amazing, most incredible Katy Perry vines you've ever seen in your life.
a champion, and you're gonna hear. Oh.
Baby, you're a firework. Come on, show 'em what you're.
Do you ever feel like a plastic bag? All day, air day.
You make me feel like I'm living a teenage dream. So you wanna play with magic?
Hey, Ava.
Shut up!
There's no going back. There's no going back.
Oh my god.
What? So those were amazing.
My dog is gonna cough up some Katy Perry.
I hope you enjoyed those as much as we did. Alex, what did you think about Karissa?
I thought it was a treat. I was kind of desperate to ask her about Kate Middleton and Prince William being on tour in Australia and New Zealand.
Yeah?
But that's always such a British cliche that I didn't want to. But,
But if she wants to email you directly.
You should have asked her.
I should. Next time. Or I'll send some questions over when she's in New York and you guys will hang out.
Yeah.
I hope that wasn't yeah, we should do coffee. Yeah,
I know, I hope she comes
I
in.
hope that was real.
Carissa, if you're still watching, come and see us.
Carissa!
Come and see us. Bring your Aussie fashion
Yes.
to our office, please. All right, guys, so we're talking hangover hacks. Someone's got to have a few. Who is it going to be?
You
Who's
guys,
kicking off
our
this pitch meeting.
readers are cracking me up on Twitter.
Oh,
My
yeah.
favorite thing is actually people have been tweeting us emojis, like spelling out their hangover in emojis. But I'm also loving the people, like this tweet we just got in from Haley Ray, who says, it's a good thing Cosmopolitan is tweeting hangover hacks considering I've been laying in bed dead all day. Cinco de Mayo struggles. I love the people that are like, I'm hungover right now.
Yes.
You
Like,
can
as
do it.
I'm tweeting this, I'm so hungover I can barely write my hangover hacks.
So CJ, I know you're really into health and wellness and fitness. What would you suggest someone do for a hangover?
A hangover hack is definitely you can prepare before you drink. So you can be sure to take in a lot of minerals, nutrients, vitamins, take in, because basically when you're drinking, it turns to toxins, then your body flushes everything out, trying to get rid of the alcohol and all the good things go with it. So you want to prepare, before you drink, if possible. If you can't do that, there's this little secret product that I know of that comes from Korea. It's called bamboo salt. It's actually created from sea salt. They create this bamboo chest, and they put the sea salt in it, and then they seal it with a red clay, and then they bake it.
Magic.
Oh my God, I love
bake
this.
it.
Go,
They bake
go.
it from 1 to 9 times for like 10 hours or something.
Just like
And
whatever.
the
they're
more you
doing.
bake it, the more nutrients from the clay get into the salt, and then you just take like a little bit of salt when you have your hangover, and it literally replenishes all your everything you flushed out.
Where do you
So,
purchase this salt?
I mean, you can get it on Amazon.com.
And it's just called bamboo salt.
Yeah, bamboo
You don't
salt.
just make it in your
Yeah,
apartment.
CJ's like,
Yeah.
you can get
Yeah,
it
I
on
get this.
CJ's bamboo salt.
Yeah.
I should start selling it, but
Maybe you
it'll-
will after this.
You can, yeah,
Can
Just
you
show.
just like wake up hungover and then eat salt?
yeah, it tastes really, really bad. It literally tastes like sulfur or something.
I mean, yeah.
But
Great.
it comes from like 1x to 9x,
And
the more x's, like 9x, is more expensive, and it turns purple. It's actually called like purple salt or something.
Whoa.
I mean, the idea of having salt when I'm hungover, I think that's like the absolute last thing I want. Like, at this point, at this age, like, sometimes if I'm hungover, I don't even realize it. I'm just like, it doesn't happen that often. I don't like go to that place very often
The
anymore.
club.
But like, I remember like recently I was hungover, and I was like,
place?
that
place that you're
super
hungover?
drunk place
Yeah.
where I'm like I can feel it coming on
Where you
at night, where I
contact
just go,
ex-person.
you know what? I don't care. I'm gonna keep going. Like, we're going all the way tonight.
There's always the line. Yeah. There's always a moment where it's like, do I want to spiral out or do I want to stay right here?
One more drink is going to push you over the edge, and then you're gonna be done.
Right, and it's like when you're 22, you always
can bounce back.
Spiral out.
Well, I feel like there's this like moment, and it's like a quarter drink difference for me of like now I'm energized and I can go out till 3 a.m. and no problem, and like then just being like, okay, well now the next day's gonna be horrible.
I have a dangerous drinking situation because if I will drink, I can drink so much and then seem completely sober, like you wouldn't even know, and then 1 second later it just hits so hard. And it goes from 0 to like I'm slurring and I'm a mess.
0 to 0.
So it's like just nobody can tell me to stop. Like everyone's like, you seem fine, and then I'm just, like that scene in Wolf of Wall Street where he's like taking the Quaaludes, but then it just has a delayed reaction. So like every scene, like he over ODs on the Quaaludes basically, and then he seems fine, and they're so old that they just like in 1 second he just like can't speak right.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
I mean, I've like literally.
I'm on Quaaludes right now.
I've like stood in the shower and been like realized that I'm like trying to drink the shower water.
Yucky.
Because I'm so thirsty, and then I'm like, why am I doing? Or I'm like laying there, I'm like, what am I doing? What? Yeah, just.
I will say New York City is the best city to live in if you have a hangover because you can just order a bagel and Gatorade off the internet and they deliver it to your apartment.
And then you see other girls in sweatpants like ghosts like walking past you and you're like, I know.
they have their sunglasses
on. Just like a knot.
With a top knot.
Yes. So in your guys' opinion, what type of alcohol gives the worst hangover? Have you ever?
Rum. Anything sweet, like stuff that's like got a lot of sugar in it. A champagne hangover, which is my most common hangover.
Because you're fancy.
Yeah, I'm fancy, slash just, anyway. I was like trying to say like, I don't remember.
Okay.
Shaking a bottle.
Yeah, don't.
Anyway, yeah, champagne is horrible. It makes my
champagne's the worst.
Headache.
Yeah.
Can I just go ahead and call a BS on that? I think it's fake when people are like, oh, like people love to be like, I get tequila drunk. Oh, well, I get cheap beer drunk. It's like, it's actually all the same. Like, in your body, it's all the same.
I feel like champagne, hangover-wise, not like how you feel, like how drunk you get, but I feel like champagne hangovers have been the worst for me.
Yeah, they all get you drunk. We know this, right? But, like, what's going to leave you with the worst hangover? But I think it's changed for different people.
I think cheap champagne is pretty fucking bad. Pretty bad. Pretty bad.
Yeah.
Really terrible.
What is everyone saying on Twitter about their hangover?
We're seeing a lot of carb suggestions. Solemnly Swear says grilled cheese and Coke, not the kind you snort. Thanks for that.
Yes, thanks for that differentiation.
Allison Hot Mess Alley says mimosas and bagels.
That sounds awesome.
That doesn't. I know. I want that right now.
Mimosas and bagels now. We're not even hungover, but let's just have it anyway.
We're actually seeing a lot of people tweeting drinks.
Okay.
Yeah, like Rosetta says grilled cheese and a lemon drop martini.
I've never been able. I just can't bring myself to drink alcohol when I'm hungover. Like, I know this whole hair of the dog thing is supposed to be real, but whenever I'm feeling hungover, it's just like the idea of drinking again.
Yeah.
I'm one of those people. I'm like I've sworn off it forever.
Yeah.
Never will alcohol touch these lips again. And I just start using a straw.
So what is your cure?
Oh, what's my cure?
Yeah.
So I once got really horribly hungover, and an assistant of mine just kept plying me with coconut water, and he made me eat a bagel, which was the most horrible thing I'd ever eaten.
Carbs for sure.
No, that's not why. It was just like I was so hungover that my tongue just felt like it was sandpaper. Like I ended up having to wet this bagel in this coconut water just so that I could chew it. I was like,
oh, you had dry mouth?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Frank, what's your cure?
2 Big Macs, a giant thing of peach Snapple, and a Gatorade.
Dude, you had that on in your back pocket.
That's also a lot of Big Macs and a lot of beverages.
I know. But I feel like though there's a fine line. Sometimes I can't tell whether something greasy and big and bad for me would either help me completely and I feel great, or so much worse than I was before.
Right. Like, is it better to go the healthy route, or CJ? Why don't you? What's your cure?
I drink a lot of green juices. If I'm ever hungover, I'll like just overload on nutrients.
Anna's not surprised by this.
I definitely don't go
Salt. You just pound.
He goes for
I
a
definitely
run,
don't go for like junk food. But yeah, the bamboo salt. And also before I go to bed, I'm chugging water like at least 5 glasses, and I'm taking a shot of apple cider vinegar.
Oh, Anna. You guys have that in common.
Yeah, apple cider vinegar. It's our bond.
That's why we sit next to each other.
That is. Anna, what's your cure? Is this your cure?
You know, I read a lot about Sprite being like did you guys read this? It was like in October of this year there was some like study, but I don't even know like what study means. Right, exactly.
Sprite Remix presents.
Who knows where this came from, but it was like researchers found that Sprite, and like also when you're in that state you're just like, oh god, Sprite, you know, just like whatever. So then it's like probably just a placebo effect. Like, this Sprite is really helping me. Like I've definitely walked here and sat down at my desk at like 8:45 in the morning, being like,
with a Sprite.
This Sprite, guys.
Next time we'll know.
It's really helping me.
Elisa, what's your cure?
Okay, mine is totally foolproof and shocking. You guys ready?
Yeah, ready.
Okay, turkey burger and 6 feet under.
Those are not. That's not a thing. That's not real.
Yes. Okay. Have you guys ever seen 6 feet under?
Yes, I have.
The point of it is death. It's all about death. It is the most depressing, wonderfully depressing TV show from like HBO a few years ago. If you watch it, you cannot help but feel better about your life, and also be reminded that you are not as close to dead as you think you are.
That's like an emotional cure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's probably a little mental.
The turkey burger is for your body. The 6 feet under is for
it's for your soul.
Exactly.
Alex, what is your cure?
He's never been hungover.
I genuinely don't think I've ever been like.
Oh right.
Oh my god, I hate you so much.
What
Maybe you're
happens
just
if you
always
drink tea too much. Do you have a tea hangover?
I think like I'm just like really aware of my tipping point, and I'm literally that guy who will be like.
So you're better than us, is what you're saying.
You might.
Yeah, you're saying that.
Like,
Yeah.
I'll just be like, I'm done. I'm going home. I'm going to sleep. And friends of mine will always be like, Alex, where did you go last night? Like you just disappeared. And I'm like, oh, I went home. I was tired. I needed to sleep.
You're like,
I just know how to temper myself. And you guys are all.
We need to be more like you.
All the time.
No, when he gets back, we're getting him wasted.
Yeah, we're getting him wasted. I feel like.
We're going out when you get back, Alex.
I feel like he just told me he's never had an orgasm.
If next time you come to New York, if you don't like throw up in the morning, we did something severely wrong.
Guys, please tweet us Cosmo Live, #Cosmo Live, and #Hangover Hacks. We want to know everything that you know about curing a hangover or your worst story in 140 characters. Whatever you want to tell us on Twitter, and Elisa will read them out loud, possibly.
Can I read one right now?
Yes.
Okay. Real quick.
Do it.
Okay, so Rachel Levine, hi Rachel, she always tweets in at us. This is hilarious. She said, I ordered 3 separate seamless orders on Sunday. 3. That's like, again, seamless web is what you use to order food in New York City. You can get that bagel and Gatorade delivered to you not once but 3 times a day, which is hilarious. Also, Karissa, who was on earlier, just tweeted back in and said, coconut water for sure. Forgot to mention that.
Oh, good. That's what you said.
I mean, it's just those electrolytes, the same thing as the Pedialyte.
One time I was hammered at home, and I didn't want to go back out again, but I really needed something to like soak up the alcohol, so I went to Seamless and looked up like pizza, and then they were like, well, there's a delivery minimum, so then I ordered like 7 slices of pizza. Like, not even a pie. It was just like,
literally
just keep adding them.
Just
like,
until you hit the minimum.
and then like the delivery guy was just like, so knew what was up. And I was the only person in the apartment, and he was like,
it's like the thing where they bring you like 3 plates. Like, here's the pizza for you, and you're
right. And like I'd fallen asleep in the middle, so then like the delivery guy like woke me up. Like, it was real bad. It was a real moment.
The door was still open. You like had to come in and be like, hey.
He waited outside for like 15 minutes.
I like to see a cheap champagne label like stuck to your face.
It was like cartoonish. Yeah.
Alex, I like your idea. Signs it's time you've accepted you're too old to party anymore.
Yes. I mean, because like, I feel like I've always been too old. I'm such an old man. I would be like the kid who would go to crazy British parties and just be like, oh no, I'm fine, thanks.
I know. I'm picturing like, have you ever seen Skins, Alex?
I hate that show.
You hate it?
It's just too accurate, right?
Maybe that's what it is.
Because I was just picturing you standing in the middle of one of those house parties being like, this is nothing. I want to go home.
Well, no, like, I thought it was cool. It was just like, I could never, like, I don't know, I just could never get myself, like, that messed up. I don't know.
You have a sense of self-respect. That's good. Not a lot of people.
I know, what's that like?
Yeah, how's that
I feel
good?
like the more you talk about your sense of self-respect, the more we keep sharing stories of
Of
like,
Our non-bitter
zero self-respect.
yeah.
Okay, guys. So now.
Self-respect thing. I think I'm honestly just like, I have no problem being ridiculous or feeling like I'm out of control. It's just like, I feel like when I'm drinking, I just get really tired.
I feel like there's a fine line between that and like, I feel like, maybe this is a girl thing, but I feel like I have so many friends who are like, oh my god, I'm so old now. I'm just like home with my boyfriend who loves me, and like I don't feel the need to like go out and like get hammered anymore because I'm just like really, we just like stay in, and it's just like, is this a humble brag? What is this? Like, I'm such an old lady. Okay, have fun. I'm gonna go home now.
And that's so they don't feel bad about what they're telling you.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I think they're like, I'm really old. Just that's so you don't feel bad that they're like leaving.
Is that what that is?
I think so.
I have a breaking question for you from Twitter. Our friend Rachel, who was tweeting with us earlier, says she has to know what your lipstick is.
Oh, my lipstick is Topshop, and the color is wine gum. And I looked at the label.
Right before you guys
I love that. That's like unintentional, right? That it says wine.
Wine gum.
Oh my god, your lipstick is basically a hangover hack.
Yeah.
It is! Okay, guys, so now we're going to bring in one of our Cosmo.com readers, Caitlin Scott. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, Caitlin.
Hi.
We know you, Caitlin. We know and love you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So I know you have some ideas for us. Shoot.
I do. Okay, so for me, I feel like the worst part of any hangover is just feeling like you can't do anything all day, and you feel super lazy, and you get nothing done. So I was thinking it would be cool if you guys made a list of like 10 things you can do on your hangover drunk day, so that you don't feel like super bad.
Wait, I love that.
I would-
How to have a productive
I
hangover.
love that.
I
I
would-
love that.
I would share the hell out of that. But what are those things? What are
Right,
these things?
yeah, give
I
us a
need a
few.
suggestion because yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's a good. I mean, from like. Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
We're like, tell us, how can we be more
Please.
productive?
Fill in the blanks.
Caitlin's like, that's why I want you guys to read.
Yeah.
Like a mani, like a really easy mani. Because I feel like you could just sit in your bed with your nail polish. As long as it's only like 2 colors and you're like kind of artistic, I feel like you can pull it off.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, that's a good question. You guys have to make the list. I want to share it.
Fair enough.
CJ, what do you think? Could you add to this list of Caitlin?
Things to do when you're hungover.
Bamboo salt.
Like easy.
Yeah, man.
Sleep, take a cold bath.
I don't know if that counts as
I
being
don't think those are
productive.
productive.
You want to, productive? Well, I don't know. Maybe it'll like increase circulation.
You could go to a very
like
low-key...
like cardiovascular productivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say a very low-key workout. Like, if there's like one of those yoga things that's mostly just breathing and lying there.
I'm actually
Like
all about
meditation?
sweating out.
Yeah, like
is
meditation.
productive mentally.
You're a workout when hungover.
If it's not bad, like if you make it to the gym, like being at the gym is horrible, and afterwards it's
I feel like if I can't make it to the gym when I'm not hungover, I'm probably not going to make it to the gym when I'm hungover.
Oh my god. Yeah.
You could definitely watch Cats and Abs. That's pretty productive.
Yeah. Yes.
Caitlin's all about it.
Caitlin's watched it while hungover.
One picture too. Is there going to be a follow-up?
Maybe.
Maybe. Stay tuned. Do you have any other ideas for us today, Caitlin?
Well, I really would love to know, like, beauty hacks when you're hungover. You guys talked a little bit about the foundation, but there's got to be some other ones that can make you look super good even when you feel really awful. I feel like, I don't know what they would be, but
Yes.
beauty hacks.
I did a story about how to how to look more awake when you feel like death. So maybe I could go into that a little bit more and come up with
You should be
a bigger
like
list.
the hangover top knot.
Yeah, the hangover top knot. That's just like
make it look like little things you could do to make it look less like it's a hangover top knot.
oh right,
And more like it's a high
like maybe like a
fashion top
braid
knot.
wrapped around it or
Yeah,
something.
just throw a braid on there.
Just like a ribbon.
Put a braid on.
Looks
it.
like you put some effort into.
It's all about highlighter, right? I'm just imagining your beauty chart.
Oh, I feel like it's a combination of concealer, which is what Karissa said. Maybe some highlighter. Yeah, it's all tricks, contouring.
Oh, I'm
maybe
going
yourself.
to do that. My contouring.
We can
do
color
me.
match
Okay,
you,
great.
And, but you also need sunglasses. Also, like Karissa said,
Yeah,
just
I
suck in
do.
your cheeks like that.
Does it just
is what
count
every
as
hungover person
contouring
looks
if you like put blush on?
I need an ish.
Did Alex just laugh?
Alex, what do you have to contribute to Caitlin's list?
Hungover beauty hacks. Just like don't get out of bed.
No one sees you.
Has anyone else had this experience though? Like I know like you shed all this water when you're hungover, like when you've been drinking a lot, like you become really dehydrated. I swear,
sweat it out.
But sometimes I've like woken up and been like, wow, my cheekbones are like really like cutting today, like when I'm hungover.
I've actually felt like that.
I'm like I have a good hangover face. This is working for me. Okay. I want to die, but like this is really doing.
I've showed up at places. I've showed up at brunches in the morning when I've been really hungover, and they're like, "Oh my god, you look great."
Okay, here's the other thing. Hangover hot. It's totally real.
Really?
The other thing is, I feel like when you are having like a fitful, drunken night of sleep, all your makeup stays
your eye makeup
placed.
looks, and your eye makeup looks amazing. Exactly. It's like smudged perfectly.
Yeah, like the later you are out,
like
the
a
more
Taylor
Maybe it's smudged perfectly for some of us.
No, I think it's real. I think the later you're out, the more you have to drink, the more likely you are to wake up with perfect smudge makeup.
I was actually backstage at Fashion Week, and that was one of the inspirations for one of the shows.
Oh,
Hangover.
It was a girl who's been out all night, and it's her makeup the next morning, and they were literally wiping on black eyeliner, and then swiping on black eyeliner and then wiping it off so that just a little remnants was on.
Because of course they couldn't just have the models actually just go out on it.
And they're like, just come in. You'll be set.
Yeah. Come in freshly showered, and we'll make you look dirty.
Is there anything else that anyone wants to tell us on Twitter?
Mimi, who tweets with us a lot, tweeted in that I love Alex's title, Still British. I don't even think I could tell that it said that, but that's pretty funny. She also says her hangover hacks are bed, movie, fast food, painkillers, spooning. That's really cute.
Oh, spooning's cute.
Super cute.
Super cute.
Is that where you put the spoon on your nose?
Yeah, that's where you put the spoon on your nose. Or underneath your eyes to make
that's
your
another one.
puffiness go away.
That's another one of your good things.
All right, so thank you so much, Caitlin, for your ideas. We really appreciate it. It was good to see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We miss you.
You too.
You guys, I'm loving this tweet from Brittany Weldon who says, all you can eat carbs. I mean, right? If ever a day. Also, what is up with when you're hungover having like a bottomless pit? Don't you feel like as much as you eat when you're hungover, you're still hungry?
Well, yeah, I think your body's just so depleted.
I think I go from like not wanting any food at all to wanting all the food.
Yeah, wanting 7 slices of pizza.
It happens really quickly.
But then you usually feel sick again after you've eaten all the food.
Right.
So it's really
I went to
not
Shake Shack
you.
once. I was like, this seems like a good idea.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like,
Seems
this
like
was
is
the
the
worst
keyword
idea that I've ever had.
Yeah.
Now I want it, though. Now that I've said the word Shake Shack out loud.
Shake Shack, send us
endorsement.
Send us some sandwiches.
It's like a yawn when somebody yawns and everybody does. It's like you say Shake Shack.
And then everyone.
Like, oh my God, now
You can smell it. Can you smell it?
Yeah. I feel like we've tried. Like, well, you know what's great? Shake Shack.
Boy, I really wish we could have some Shake Shack right now. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining. That's it for today. And we will see you next Tuesday at 4 p.m. on Cosmo Live. Bye.
Bye.
Let's get some Shake Shack.